Well, I've become a wheelchair user in the last year.
Okay. Yeah.
July 31st was my first wheelieversary.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big life
Um,
change. Yeah.
my biggest barrier I'm finding isn't necessarily the built environment, although I do live in the neighborhood with the most construction in North America.
Wow. That's saying something.
My neighborhood has more construction cranes than LA, the entire city.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary. Yeah.
Yes.
So that'll create some barriers and
Yes.
yeah.
But I was grieving that I wouldn't be able to do technical trail running.
Mm-hmm.
I love the paying attention to where I'm going every single step. I get that every time I leave my house.
Ah.
But my biggest barrier is other people
Hmm. Meaning,
touching
yeah.
me, kicking
Yeah.
my chair, running into my chair,
Uh-huh.
reaching over me, you know, pushing me without permission,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest one. And that attitude sort of comes along with what stores I can go into,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
right?
I've heard
Which
that
one,
from others. Yeah. I've heard that.
which which ones
Yeah.
have a stopgap ramp from Luke Anderson, who hopefully
Yes.
I'll have him on at some point.
Yeah.
I do.
I love that project. Yeah.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times. So
Yes.
in Toronto.
And what I love about that's a really interesting project. And if people don't know it, I hope they'll look. What the thing I draw my students' attention to all the time is the aesthetic of that project, that the ramps
Mm,
themselves are brightly colored and that the stopgap logo is in that stenciled font. And to
yes.
me, that says so much. It's like he's trying to propose a city that could evolve and become something other than what it is. It has that under
Yes.
construction look about it. And to me, that's the most compelling feature of that work. I mean, in addition to it being
The
resolutely
aesthetics.
practical, yeah, but the
Yeah.
aesthetics are saying symbolically a lot, in the way that mirrors kind of what you're saying, that like in some ways it's people's idea, mixed up ideas about what wheelchairs are and what they do. That's the bigger
Oh
barrier, it
yeah.
sounds like.
Like
Yeah.
people want to push me because they think it's horrible that I'll give you a
Yes.
break. I'm like, no, I have a
Yes.
manual chair for a reason. Why don't you
Yeah.
have one of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
electric ones? Well, they weigh 300 to 500 pounds, and
Yeah.
I don't need one.
Yeah.
And those people that do, like Luke and some others, great. And
Yeah.
there's whole challenges in getting power chairs and maintaining them, even though, um, like Stella, oh come on, Stella Young, I think, said you can charge your phone off to power chair, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah. It
But
is cool. Yeah.
what happens if the thing that you rely on as your legs has a software update and it doesn't work,
Yeah. Right.
right? Or your
And I
phone,
think people,
they
yeah.
don't realize that. And people get almost sad when I was excited about, I'm going to get my chair. She's so lovely. Oh, is it one of the electric ones? No. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I have a Tylite ZRA titanium, ultra lightweight with a low back. My cushion, I've got one of my original cushion here. We'll show a Fairlight,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
Fairlight is from the same company that makes my favorite outdoor gear.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cascade Designs. So I trust them.
Yeah.
And I think my chair is really cool. I've done it all up in purple now. And the more I bling my chair, the more I get some positive interactions from people,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And
And
it's the aesthetics, going back to the
yeah.
stopgap. It's
Yeah.
the aesthetics are so important
Yeah.
as well.
Because people are otherwise really made uncomfortable by it. And it is unfortunate, right, that people feel the license to like speak into your experience in that way. Because I just
Mhm.
think like, why don't let's just be strangers on the street and share the street. It's like,
Yeah,
how's the weather and
yeah.
where can I get a good cup of coffee or whatever. And
Mhm.
so it turns out, yeah, that the way that medical gear is presented, its
Mhm.
color, its kind of style, all that stuff, it does a kind of symbolic speaking, that even precedes words probably. It's not
Yes,
everything, but it's certainly a
but it's
part of
also good for me, for my mental health,
uh-huh. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like my chair is me. Her name's Darling, goes
Yeah.
everywhere with me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the same stopgap, it's, I won't say pretty because they're a nice red and a nice blue, but they're
Yeah.
stylish.
Yeah. And they're also unignorable. I mean, that to me is what's so
Exactly.
interesting. They're very, excuse me, they're very arresting. And so they pop out from the street. And that
Mhm.
also is something that's unusual in a ramp. You know, people tend to think of them as these
Yes.
kind of like backdoor, very workaday tools. And they are very pragmatic tools. But I love that you can't really ignore that little shape, going down the sidewalk. So